Hello everyone, and welcome to Dark Revenge Productions. Before we go ahead and get this show going, just want to get things started and say WWE, the wrestling world has lost yet another great person of wrestling. Mr. Fuigi has passed away, and I just want to say rest in peace, Fuigi. You will be missed. And if you all don't know who Mr. Fuigi is, he is a long-time manager. He's been a part of a lot of pretty good storylines, and he has managed a lot of great wrestlers and tag teams and things like that in the past. I'm not sure exactly on how he passed away. I just know he passed away, and with me being a wrestling fan, I just want to let you all know as well that he has passed away. So, like I said before we get started, I just want to say rest in peace, Mr. Fuigi, and my prayers go out to you, your family, your friends, and all that. And again, you will be missed.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake, 'cause I don't fucking care.
Welcome everybody, and welcome back to our Dark Revenge Productions. My name is Dark Revenge. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode. As you already don't know, the tab below, this is Monday Night Raw results, reactions, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get right into this. As you know, at the very beginning of this, Mr. Fuigi had just recently passed away, so I just wanted to give a small farewell and rest in peace to him, and you know, and all that. So let's go ahead, let's get right into it. And the very beginning of Monday Night Raw, they had the all four contenders who were involved with the Fatal 4-Way coming up later on tonight. To fight for the WWE Universal title to see who will be the new champion. Now, the reason why this is going on, as many of y'all know and some of y'all may not, was Finn Balor had actually won the title for the first one to win this new Universal title. He injured his shoulder and will be out for at least 6 months, so he had to relinquish his title to Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley, for them to have to do a tournament and this Fatal 4-Way to see who will be the new champion. So they all four came out. They all spoke their piece, did their trash talk, the normal things that they do on here. And to me, that it was all kind of lame. I kind of wasn't really interested in it. I kind of just walked away from the TV during it. It was just boring. It just, I don't know, I wasn't interested in that part of it, but that's what happened in the beginning. So then, your first match was you had Chris Jericho versus Neville. Now, the reason why this match is taking place is because Chris Jericho got involved with a match last week that Neville was in to try to get an opportunity to be involved in this Fatal 4-Way tonight. And so, of course, it started a rivalry between Chris Jericho and Neville. And it was a good match. It was back and forth. And, sorry, my glasses are broke, so that's why I keep pushing them up. This was a match back and forth. It was a good match. It was entertaining. I liked it. I don't feel like Neville is as high flyer as he once was. I feel like maybe he's dimmed it down a little bit. I'm hoping that maybe he'll get back to the high flying like he was, what made him be what he is today. But anyways, at the end of the night, Chris Jericho got the win, got the submission on Neville to go on and move forward. So the next one was Nia Jax versus some form of noob. I don't understand what's going on. They got Nia Jax doing this. They got other wrestlers fighting noobs lately. I don't feel that this makes them stronger. I feel like this makes them just mid-card, and just like they're throwing them into a match, I can see maybe they're trying to give these other wrestlers opportunities, maybe, but you shouldn't try to do that with up-and-coming wrestlers or big-name wrestlers. You should give them the mid-card wrestlers, or something like that. Not someone like Nia Jax who's going to tear them apart, or other people, for that matter. So anyways, as you could probably guess, the noob lost, Nia Jax won, and so she has another win under her belt. Do I feel that she's going to be a contender? I feel like she will be. But I don't feel like right now is her time, and I don't feel like they're going to give her an opportunity anytime soon. Maybe down the road, 6 months to a year, they might. But at this moment, the present tense, I do not think they're going to give Nia Jax a title opportunity. Your next match was you had Sami Zayn versus Jinder Mahal. If some of y'all don't know who Jinder Mahal is, he was part of the three-man band. He was also part, of a few other tag teams and things like that. When he first came in, he was a great wrestler. He was a strong wrestler. He just couldn't keep up the storyline, I guess. And so he kind of just went downhill with his popularity. And just what he did. Like, he kind of just faded away from wrestling for a while. But now he's back, and he wants to focus on himself. And, of course, he lost this match against Sami Zayn. But Jinder Mahal's been for quite some time now. Has just been a jobber to lose against other wrestlers. And maybe that's what they're going to continue doing with him. Just give him a match here and there. We'll just have to go ahead and wait and see. But Sami Zayn came out with the win. So good job, Sami Zayn. I'm glad that you've got that under your belt. And let's just see what happens with you now. And let's see if you move up to getting a title opportunity down the road. Then you had New Day and Bayley versus The Club and Dana Brooks. Now, Bayley and Dana Brooks last week had their match. And Bayley, with her Raw debut, beat Dana Brooks. And the New Day and the Club have been having this rivalry back and forth where, the Club had injured Big E for a while, but he finally came back, and now the New Day, and then we're still going back with their rivalry. Will the Club take the tag team titles away from New Day? I feel like as long as New Day's had these titles now, I feel like maybe they're going to give the Club the titles and just let them run with it, see what they do. I could be wrong, but I feel like Bayley deserves to have a title for the Women's Championship, or Divas title, whatever you want to call it. I feel Bayley deserves it. I feel it's her time. So hopefully here soon they're going to give Bayley the title opportunity. Then you had Sheamus versus Cesaro. These two have been having this rivalry for some time. Sheamus has already beat Cesaro once, and Cesaro feels that he knows he can beat Sheamus. So Mick Foley said he wanted both of them to go out, beat each other up, and see who wants the title, a future title opportunity the most. So this title wasn't really... this title had a lot to go for. It had Cesaro, who really needed to win this title or win this match to validate himself, or to figure out what he has to do next. Also, it was for a future title opportunity down the road. Again, it was a good match back and forth. They both pulled out their moves. They both did their thing. But at the end of the night, Sheamus came out and won the match. So now Sheamus is 2 against Cesaro. So we'll have to see where Cesaro goes from here. See what he does, rebuild himself, take a break, whatever. I don't know what they're really doing with him yet. I feel like Cesaro should be one of the ones who's pushed towards a title match. I feel Cesaro needs to be pushed some more. It seems like they push him a little bit, but not push him all the way. And I just feel like he needs to be one of the main people for the title shot. But we'll just have to wait and see if that ever happens. Sheamus, I don't feel like, even if he gets the opportunity for a title, I don't think he'll win it anytime soon. I think they'll put him in there, but I don't think he'll win the title not any time in this near future. Then you have Braun Strowman versus yet a noob, like he's been doing the last few weeks, just like they're doing with Nia Jax, giving him a noob. I mean, you got this guy that's like bigger than a brick house, and you're gonna put him against a 4'11" wrestler. I mean, if you want Braun Strowman to look strong, how are you gonna put him up against these small, tiny people, and just let him destroy them? It's not making him look strong at all. It makes him look like a bully. That's all it really does. Get him against some of the main star wrestlers. Put him up against some of the mid-card wrestlers. Put him up against some wrestlers from NXT. Not these people that no one's heard about or even care about for that matter. And just that he's going to destroy him in 2 minutes. It seems more like a filler match than anything else. Like they got to put this match on to kill time, to fill a spot. That's what I kind of feel like this is going on here. Again, that's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. Then, you had Stephanie McMahon come out and talk about how Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, how what they did was wrong when they attacked an official, and then they attacked her brother. How she's talking about no one attacks my family, no one goes against my family, this and that. We all know that Stephanie and Shane just do not really like each other, even though they're brother and sister. So it was kind of like, is she being sincere? Isn't she being sincere? Well, of course, Paul Heyman came out. He's groveling, spilling his stuff that he always spills, and just opening that mouth. And we all know when he opens that mouth, all he is doing is lying. Well, he did his apology to Stephanie McMahon, and eventually Stephanie McMahon just kind of said, "I accept your apology," tossed the mic down, and walked out. So I don't feel like maybe she even cared. I think she feels like maybe the official she cared about, but because Shane got beat down by Brock, I really don't think she cared about that, especially since their rivalries right now with SmackDown and Raw. I don't know. I feel like maybe she's just protecting Brock Lesnar because he is a pay. He is someone that brings in the money, brings in a crowd. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a shoot. Maybe it's just a storyline between SmackDown and Raw. We'll just have to wait and see tomorrow night on SmackDown to see what happens and see if Shane McMahon has a response to what Stephanie McMahon did. Then, of course, your last match of the night, you had the Fatal 4-Way, which was Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, you had Kaz, and then you had Seth Rollins. Now, this match, these are 4 great wrestlers. Myself, I was hoping that Kaz would win this match in order to and him become the champion and run the ball with it. I feel like he'd be a great champion for WWE. I feel like, especially for Raw, I feel like he'd take that ball and he'd run with it, and he'd become a great champion. Also, maybe it could have done a storyline between him and his partner, that little rivalry between them to see who's better, a little bit of jealousy, done a whole new storyline. But it didn't happen to be because Kaz was the very first one eliminated, because this was a Fatal 4-Way with elimination rules. Well, Kaz was the very first one eliminated, so he was gone. So then you just had Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Now, this was a great match. Even the 4 of them, but there were 3 of them back and forth. Superman punches left and right, hard-hitting moves. Just constant going on action. But towards the end of the night, they were all. You had Roman Reigns and Owen Hart, and Seth Rollins outside in the ring, and Roman Reigns was up. He was fixing to do his thing, and lo and behold, what happens? Here comes Triple H. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania, and he comes out from nowhere, pedigrees Roman Reigns, picks him up, throws him in the ring, grabs Seth Rollins, throws him in the ring. Of course, we all know that Seth Rollins and Triple H have always had this connection, and they've, part of the Authority and the whole 9 yards, and for a long time, Seth Rollins was with them. and kept that title because of it. And then, of course, Triple H goes around, grabs Kevin Owens, picks him up, tosses him into the ring. Triple H comes in, takes off his jacket, tosses it to the side, goes over to Kevin Owens, starts to pick him up. And as he does, Seth Rollins walking over all smiling, going, yes, I've won. Well, Triple H turned on him. Triple H also pedigreed Seth Rollins. Why did Triple H pedigree Seth Rollins? I really have no idea. Maybe it's because Seth Rollins is going to do at the pay-per-view, he is going to do a babyface turn and become a babyface now. That's what my honest opinion is. I think that's what's going to happen now. I feel that Seth Rollins will become a babyface. Because it feels like kind of like Roman Reigns is kind of leading towards the heel now. But anyways, so that means Kevin Owens was all smiley and went and pinned Seth Rollins for the 1, 2, 3, became the new WWE Universal Champion because of Triple H. My thing is, I feel like this should have been a match that should have just been won fair and square, no controversy, no nothing like that. So I'm glad that Kevin Owens is the new champion, but at the same time, I feel like, that match was tarnished, and I do not feel that Kevin Owens has earned the title that he's got now because he didn't win it on his own. He had to have help with Triple H. But you have Iron Sheik, you have Hulk Hogan, you have Finn Balor. All these people on Twitter congratulating Kevin Owens and all that. You have Finn Balor say they'll meet again one day and do this all over like they have in NXT. So that will be something to hopefully look forward to if Kevin Owens can hold the title that long. So anyways, that was what happened during the WWE Raw. That is my results. That's my reactions to them. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'm glad you all came along and enjoyed. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Either way, thank you for joining me for another episode. Please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow me on both my live stream sites, which are YouNow.com and live.me.com. Also follow me on my radio show, which is Spreaker.com. And we'll catch you all there. Hopefully to see you all there. Anyways, take care, be safe, and you all have a good day as you're my Dark Revenge family. And I'll catch you again for another episode. But for now, we're out of here.